Hi everyone, this is 𝐑𝐨𝐥𝐞-𝐁𝐚 from Edureka and I welcome you all to this session on conditional rendering in ReactJS. Today we'll understand about conditional rendering in ReactJS. So let's go through the agenda. Firstly, we will understand what is conditional rendering in ReactJS, and also we have different methods in conditional rendering such as if-else statement, element variables, ternary operators, and finally short circuit operators. And also we have hands-on for each of it. And sometimes we might want a component to hide even though it was rendered by another component. So to do this, we will also learn how to prevent components from rendering both practically and theoretically. Before we go ahead, just make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated with all the latest Edureka videos, and also if you are interested in getting an online training certification course in React, then please check out the link given in the description box. Now let's get into the main concept, that is what is conditional rendering in ReactJS. Okay, let's see the definition. In React, you can create distinct components that encapsulate behavior you need. Then you can render only some of them depending on the state of your application. So when you are building some React applications, we might often need to show or hide some HTML on some certain conditions, right? So in simple words, what is conditional rendering? Conditional rendering is nothing but if a given statement is true, then the if statement executes, or else the else statement will execute. So we have an example here for a better clarification. Now let's imagine a person is appearing for an exam and the candidate must score 50%. So this is the condition here. So if the candidate scores 50%, then only he will pass this exam, or else he will fail. So this might be considered as a simple real-life conditionally rendering statement or an if-else statement. And also I have an interesting fact here. Conditional rendering in React works the same way the conditions works in JavaScript. Okay, next we have different methods in rendering. So let's see what are all they. First is if-else statement, then element variables, ternary operators, and finally short circuit operators. Let's see each of it in a detailed form. Here first we have if-else statement. An if-else statement will execute the action contained in the if block when the condition is satisfied. Otherwise, it will execute the actions contained in the else block. So now let's check this in a simple syntax, and see here we have a condition which is to be evaluated and we have a statement inside the if block. So this will execute when the condition there will satisfy, or else the statement in the else block will be executed. Now let's see this in a practical way. Now I am using Visual Studio Code as a code editor. Okay, now you can see I have a user.js file opened here and we have app.js here. I have included user here and also imported the user file here. Okay, now let's start coding. Now first and foremost we have a scenario here. So let's imagine there are two persons, one person from the Edureka team and another person is not a Edureka team person. Now the person from Edureka, if he signed in or if he log in to this page, and he must see a welcome page. And if the non-Edureka person signs in here, he must see a please sign in page before he signs in. So that is what we are going to design today with a simple if-else statement first, and we will see the other conditionally rendered methods also. So we will start coding here. So first we will import React Here I have the export default user. So this helps me to import the user here. So we have to define it here for better practice. Now I have imported React here. Then I am declaring a class user extend react.component, and also I am constructing a prop, and I'm creating a superclass. And here I am giving the condition this dot state logged in false. Here I am giving false because the user will not be a member first, then after he signs in he will become a member. So I am default keeping here as a false. Okay, then I am rendering this. Const is logged in, this state is logged in. Okay. Here I am returning the condition and return the statement. Now I am writing the else part. Return please sign in for happy learning in Edureka. Yeah. Now here you can see as I have kept the state as false. So default the React will work in local host 3000. So here you can see the output. Please sign in for happy learning in Edureka, as I have kept the state as false. Now here I will give the styles for visible changes you can see in the website. So I am giving the style part. Okay. Yeah. This is image, and I have given a simple style part here. So now if I keep the state as true, then this welcome to Edureka page with an image should be executed. So let's see. Yeah, you can see here welcome to Edureka with a Edureka page image background. And if I do false, then yeah, you can see please sign in for happy learning in Edureka. Okay. And also the thing is, the if-else statement does not work inside the JSX because if-else statement is not a valid syntax inside the ReactJS. Now you might be thinking, what is JSX? JSX is JavaScript XML. It makes the code easier to write and add HTML into the ReactJS. Now let's see what is element variables. Element variables are simple to approach to extract the conditional render into a function. Element variables are variables that holds JSX elements. You can conditionally assign elements or components to these variables outside the JSX and only render the variables within JSX. Now, we use JavaScript variables to store elements, right? So this will also help us conditionally render an entire component or only a part of component, while the rest of the output does not change here. So this is one of the benefit. Also, it holds JSX element inside this. So this is an advantage. So let's see the syntax. Here we have a variable and the same if-else statement with the variables assigned to the statements. So let's see. Here this variable is a memory for the values, or the value will be stored in this variables, and this is the same as the condition which is to be evaluated, and we have a statement. So this statement is assigned to this variable. Whether the condition is true, then this statement will be executed to the user, or else the else part will be executed to the user. Now we will see the practical example in the Visual Studio Code. Now you can see I am editing in the same code I'm not changing anything here. I'm just eliminating the if else statement from here. Okay. And now we have import, and here we are using a variable. So I am using a variable button. For that, I have created a button here as a login button and a logout button here as well. Okay. Now I want to import these two buttons into my user.js file. So let's do that. I will import logout button here and import login button. Okay. Now here these both are the child components of greetings. So I want this greeting to be imported in user.js as well. So let's do that. Import greeting. Yeah, now you can see, right? Now I want this to be returned. So I will return dev greeting is logged in. Okay, which is equals to, okay, this is the state. Fine. Now we are using button, right? So I am declaring here the button. Okay, now let's write the main syntax. Let button, then I am writing if statement. If is logged in, button is equal to logout button on click. So we are giving a event here that is on click. This dot handle logout click. Okay, now you might think where this handle came from. I'll explain. Now let's give else part also. Copy pasting this. But here log in. Okay. We have here handle logout and login click. So we have to give here also. So we are giving this dot handle login click is equal to this dot handle login click dot bind this. Okay, so this is the event handler dot bind this. Okay, and also we have to give the state handle login this dot set state. So I'm setting the state here as is logged in true. Okay, now same thing for logout button, giving false. Okay, now this should work. You can see a login button here which didn't have previously for if else statement, and you can see the changes here. Now I am not a user of Edureka, then I should get this page. Once I log in, then I should get welcome back to Edureka page. Okay, so this is what the element variable statement. Here I am assigning the values to this button. If I click the button over there, then the handle login click should give me true value and logout click should give me false value. Okay, I hope you all understood the if-else and element variables. Next in our list is ternary operators. Let's see. The conditional ternary operator is the only JavaScript operator that takes 3 operands. This operator is frequently used as a shortcut for if-else statement. Okay, now let's see the syntax here. We have a condition over here. This is the condition is to be evaluated with a question mark. So this question mark means if the condition is true or false. If it is true, then this statement will be executed. If false, then the statement will be executed. So here the colon is the else part, is the difference between true and false part. Now let's check this also in terms of practical way. This is the simple way of writing any conditional rendering. Here we have the same thing as the element variable. Here we have to just change the if, and you can see here I'm giving the question mark here and I'm taking off this else. I'm just assigning the colon. Yeah, with only these 2 changes here, the code will be working. I am setting this to true for changing. So you can see welcome back to Edureka. With just 3 changes, we are getting the same output here. Okay, see, log out. So I'm getting this page. If I log in, I should get this page. Okay. Next, we have an interesting operator, that is short circuit operator. Short circuit evaluation is a technique used to ensure that there are no side effects during the evaluation of the operands in an expression. The logical AND operation helps you specify that an action should be taken only on one condition, otherwise it would be ignored entirely. Here, the approach is a specific case of this ternary operator that we just learned. Now, when we want to render something or nothing, then we use short circuit operator. Now, let us see the syntax. Yes, this is the syntax. Now, here the expression is first evaluated from the left hand side of the operand. Okay, and if it is true, then it is evaluated. See, the condition is to be evaluated, and this is the logical operator, and this is the expression. If the condition is true, then this expression will be evaluated. If the condition is false, you will not get any kind of output here. So this is the beauty of short circuit operator. Then we'll see in the practical way. Here I have the same code, just I have taken the buttons here. I don't want that button, so here I am writing the syntax: return this state logged in, and AND operation, and I'm giving the style, and welcome back to Edureka. Okay, yes, here we have the value as true, so let's check the output. Yeah, welcome to Edureka, and I will change here welcome back to Edureka. See, welcome back to Edureka. Now if I change this to false, so let's see what. See, there is no output. So that is what I mentioned you before. If the condition is true, then this output will be executed. If false, you will return nothing. So this is the end of the conditional rendering. Now we will learn how to prevent component from rendering. In rare case, you might want a component to hide itself, right? Even though it was rendered by another component. To do this, return null instead of its render output. So returning null from a component's renders method does not affect the firing of the component's lifecycle method. So now I'm taking you through the online compiler. I'm using JSPable. This is a converter of the JavaScript. Now here we have a function called warning banner and we have props and I am returning null here. Okay, so we are writing a warning sign. Let me change here. I will write danger. Okay, you can see the visible changes here itself. Danger. Okay, here we have a page extension and I am giving this true. Here we have handle toggle click and I am giving has hide and show. Now if we click on hide, so the message will be hidden from rendering. Now I want to show this message, then we can show. Here from returning null, if we hide, then you will not get any of the output here. So this is also a kind of short circuit operator, but here you will not get any of the side effects by giving the return as null. I hope you understood the concept clearly. If you have any doubts popping up, then please comment down below. Thank you for watching and happy learning.
I hope you have enjoyed listening to this video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries, and we will reply them at the earliest. Do look out for more videos in our playlist and subscribe to Edureka channel to learn more. Happy learning!